Starting at $104,000, the 2022 Range Rover continues to merge high-priced luxury with off-road capabilities. It might not always need to traverse a dirt road incline, but when it needs to, it can. The Range Rover has a long and storied history, and today we're checking out the 5th generation, the latest generation of Land Rover's Range Rover. This 5th generation Range Rover has a brand new design, both interior and outside. Out here we have a new cleaner front. The side is shaved incredibly clean, and of course the back is a lot more minimalistic with vertical taillights. As for technology inside, Land Rover has placed a 13.1-inch screen on the dash. It actually floats above the dash and it's curved to match the contour of the dashboard. I actually like it. Now, like a lot of automakers, Land Rover has removed a lot of physical buttons from the interior of the car, which means you're going to have to use the infotainment system a lot more. But they say that 90% of tasks can be taken care of with about 2 taps. So that's great if you just need to quickly do something and you don't want to go into these really deep levels. What is nice is that we still have physical buttons for the climate control in this vehicle, which is a big deal, especially when you're driving and you just want it to be colder. You don't want to go searching around just to make your seat cooler. You also get Android Auto and Apple CarPlay support, plus the voice assistant on the vehicle is handled by Alexa. So everything that you have in your house for Alexa, you can essentially move it all out to here. So instead of building their own voice assistant, Land Rover has partnered with Amazon. At launch, this vehicle will be available with 3 different powertrains. You'll have the large V8 engine for when you really need that turbo V8 to haul, well, a boat or I guess a house. You'll also have a mild hybrid with an inline-6 engine and a plug-in hybrid also paired with that inline-6. That plug-in hybrid, it's going to have a 38.2 kilowatt-hour capacity battery pack, which is huge for a plug-in hybrid. And right now, Land Rover is targeting 62 miles of EV-only range. That means you could drive a Range Rover for 62 miles, an electric-only range, which, I mean, how often are you going to use a gas engine if that's the kind of electric range you're going to get from a Range Rover? Now, the new architecture that this vehicle is built on, in addition to handling a giant V8 engine, the inline-6 with a PHEV, it'll also have an electric-only edition. In 2024, Land Rover is going to introduce an electric-only Range Rover, essentially that looks like this. And imagine what electric torque vectoring will do for your off-road capabilities of a Range Rover. Land Rover is targeting both families and executives with the 2022 Range Rover, and it will be available with 2 wheelbases. The short wheelbase will fit 4 or 5 people depending on the configuration, while the long wheelbase will fit a 3rd row, a first for the vehicle, and seat 7. Regardless of what wheelbase you buy for this vehicle, it's still going to have those Range Rover off-road capabilities, something that this vehicle has a long history of being able to tackle anything you throw at it. But for true luxury, you're going to want to get the Range Rover SV model, which has been outfitted with an incredible array of interior touches. Now, as you would expect in the SV model, we have nicer stitching, nicer leather. The back of the vehicle is just pure luxury for the passenger that you're driving probably from the airport. But in addition to all that and this really sweet wood inlay, you get these ceramic accents on these knobs and on the shifter, and they are very, very bright and white. It's sort of like having teeth in your car. I don't know if I'm a fan of them just because they sort of pop so much compared to the rest of the vehicle, but your design aesthetic may vary. The 2022 Range Rover will launch and be available in the United States in the spring of 2022. Initially, you'll have the gas engine available. 3 months after that, the PHEV will come onto the market in the United States. The base level will start at $104,000. But of course, it is a Range Rover, and you can option this thing up to over $200,000. For more automotive coverage from the middle of a New York warehouse, be sure to subscribe to Engadget.